kicking, never quitting. Focus sharp like a blade that's hitting. From white belt dreams to the master flow, Paul Coffey's got the mic, now the stories grow. Technique entails discipline and fire. Each guest brings truth to inspire. Keep kicking, step into your power. Keep kicking, moment to the hour. Every strike, every fall, every rise, it's a journey through a warrior's eyes. Old school, new school, all styles blend. From the mat to the mic, where the arts ascend. Philosophy deep, but the vibe stays tight. Martial minds meeting in the podcast light. Keep kicking, step into your power. Keep kicking, moment to the hour. Every strike, every fall, every rise, it's a journey through a warrior's eyes. Keep kicking. Keep kicking. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins. Technique entails discipline and fire. Each guest brings truth to inspire. Keep kicking, step into your power. Keep kicking, moment to the hour. Every strike, every fall, every rise, it's a journey through a warrior's eyes. Keep kicking. Keep kicking. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins.
I've been doing martial arts for 32 years, almost 33 years, teaching for 28, almost 29. And my current life's work, I'm being pulled into trauma-informed martial arts instruction and martial arts training, primarily because of my background and my story, which I won't necessarily get into or bore you with, but I was a victim of childhood abuse, and that's what brought me into martial arts. And
Actually,
the
not.
genesis
That's actually a good That's actually a good conversation to start with, because part of my martial arts journey, 53, and I don't talk about rank and all of that stuff, but the why it was because as a young person, Puerto Rico, being big, I've always been big. I was to an extent from a young age. So I understand the reason why the trauma and the chaos and the violence and the unwelcome of violence, chaos, and drama to a life, and use Schwartz to fight it back. To use a better lack of terms, it's
Yes.
a different type of fighting that people don't talk about. So good. I mean, I love this conversation. I like the. Thank you. I'm humbled to have me in your show and having the invitation. Like I said, I like this type of informal human interaction. It gives it a little bit more of a
It's-
instead of and then you know what I'm saying, and all this violence and chaos and
yes.
for in case you get poked in the eye with a bottle, and I'm like, dude, where the heck are you hanging out that you're gonna get poked out in the eye with a bottle? I mean, okay, it's okay. I mean, I want to be prepared if I get poked in the eye with a bottle, but dude, like, come on now, like. Can we show another piece of martial arts? And I'm glad to know that you got a background.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, and I wanted to reach out and have this conversation because of your hashtag healing dojo. Like that speaks to me on a lot of different levels. You know what I'm saying? Because the average student that we have, they're not going to get in a fight. So most people that train martial arts, they're not training martial arts to get in a fight. They're training martial arts to live, to be better humans, to be more healthy, and all of that. And so that's the genesis. A little bit of background from me, a little bit of background from this podcast, a little bit of just so you know the stranger that you're sitting down in front of, just so you know what you're getting into, you know?
No, absolutely. Hey, sometimes a stranger will relate more to your story than the people around you.
Yes.
Let's nobody.
Yes.
Okay, I don't really relate this person, but nobody
Mhm.
profit in their own land. You have to get away.
Ooh,
Sometimes I'm trying to be a little bit more eloquent, a little bit more eloquent. I
yeah.
don't know what you're gonna put this on. And we cannot use. But I like the you know
Mhm.
use like you said. I just posted the videos about chi. I'm big in the chi and the element. Thank you for recognizing the healing dojo. I arts and source. To me,
Mm.
it has been more than a mental health healing tool, resource that should be more available to the masses or more marketed as a healing resource because, like you said, there are fights and wars that don't necessarily are you going to resolve with fist. Because in reality, which of us, unless
Yes.
you worked as a bouncer, unless you was an addict and you had to go and doing a DJ and J1 Entertainment, that I had to deal with shady spheres, and, have an entertainment business and unless you live that kind of lifestyle and knowing how to be
Mhm.
awake for 3 days or 4 days, and in the entertainment business where you have a daytime job, you're training in the afternoon, and then at nighttime you have to and bounce in a club because you're a single dad, and you are you have a child with you, and you work in rent a center, and people don't want to give their TV back, and you go over there and taking the kids away TV. Boop, let me unplug this TV right quick while the kid is eating cereal. And now the daddy is coming from the job, pissed off up from the pot down the hallway, from the trap house. And, people don't live that kind of lifestyle. Some people have, live in that survival mode where martial arts has
Mhm.
been pillar, that little step to, like little step of hope of I have the self confidence, I have the self critique, I have the say I
Yes.
am wrong, I need to fix this.
Yes.
Where martial has the
Mhm.
benefits that are not just punching, kicking and punching. The self esteem, the building of character. And I have, hey, let me take opportunity. I work for
Yes.
Haines City Sports Karate Center. I am anyways, but the benefits of after the benefits of 55
Yes.
plus program. That's me. I like dealing with the older people more than the children. I mean, it's a demographic that is out there and nobody's taking. I mean, old people got money. They want to do thing. They're retired. Listen, I live,
Mhm.
so in well, you see this background. I live in a travel. This is mostly 55 plus people. You know where my dojo is?
Yeah.
See that little triangle? Oh, wait a minute. That little triangle right there. That's my dojo
Yes.
for free
That's
base.
awesome.
You know, I
Awesome.
I I go there,
Love it.
take my little Buddha, and 55 plus community, they love it. I don't have to charge. You know what? Because even though people like the mysticality, the laws of manifest crap that we talk in martial arts, you know, anyway, because I live in it, but I put in
Yes.
the footwork. But I'm saying that
Mhm.
you cannot manifest without
Yes.
putting the footwork, just like health. You can't get healthy just taking a
Absolutely.
pill. Look at all. I don't want to mention names, but these people that are taking the skinny pills and dying, and this
Yes.
because they want to take a road, and that's happening with martial. You know, but at the same
Right.
time, even though some are teaching a watered down martial art, are still putting
Mhm.
the martial art and the marketing and the martial arts out there. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yes.
still teaching it, they're still
Yes.
marketing it because it's an art in decadence. In the era of technology,
Mhm.
you and I are talking in real people want everything quick, especially the youth, especially the children. That's why we have kind of a
Mm-hmm.
sort of no technology policy at my dojo. We try to keep them busy for 12 hours a day. Where I got them, I got a background at basketball, and I'm a 6'4", 200 pounds, so I've been always in
Six
some
foot
kind of way.
five.
I didn't have it from the. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Fix.
About 230, about 230, 235, about 235.
You're the one that answered.
Yeah.
Oh no,
About 230.
good for you. Good for you. That's what I'm talking about. Tall guy, thick guy. I don't want to go into the whole controversial subject of higher the bigger the belly size. Oh no, we don't want, because then people will. However, we have to lead by to
Yes.
grow and be the leaders. You don't want to be the colorful belt guy with belly that cannot perform, because where is your martial art part of the art? If you cannot
Right.
move, how can you
Mm-hmm.
how can you fight for 2 3 minutes? Not that, not body shaming. I'm
Right. Right.
I'm
Right. Right. Right.
53. A
Right.
lot of people my age are dying. Our idols are dying,
That's right.
and these deaths,
That's right.
and a lot of
Sad.
these deaths have been prevented because of health issues. We gotta
Yes.
learn how to use our martial arts
Mm-hmm.
for health, for longevity, for
Mm-hmm.
happiness, having self-esteem to
Mm-hmm.
say no. To do you hear what this guy
Mm-hmm.
just said? I'm like, are you serious? Now you got somebody, and I throw these hands. I hope that you sign a liability waiver or whatever, because there were warnings, but you try to avoid. I don't want to live a life of chaos and violence. Divorces, 3 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? I leave that job for them. I use humor and
Woo.
martial arts to deal with my
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to not let that affect me. I live in a trauma, man. Look, I had a bad. Oh, my bad. I mean, I was doing. You are the architect of your happiness.
Yes.
If you got martial
Yes.
arts, why are you being miserable? Example, what is martial arts offering you? To me, offering me an opportunity to be healthy, happy, live more humbly, be a person of
Mm-hmm.
gratitude, make my energy high,
Absolutely.
little value. Martial arts options. I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
charge, you know. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've learned to adapt. I've learned to be more creative and do what I love. So like
Mm-hmm.
that, I don't wake up in the morning with pain of my illness. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm 53. I got them all. You know what I'm saying? From to that to whatever. However, like
Mm-hmm.
I said, the same rank and all that conversation, that's not important. Figure it out when you see my
Right.
videos. You can see my bell. You can see the colors. To me, it's not important.
Right. Yes.
A person of good example, good leadership.
Absolutely.
Marketing wise, I got a background
Absolutely.
in marketing. I my background is I got a bachelor's in business and business management. So when
Okay.
I look at a martial artist, I'm looking for what excuse I have to train with you. If you're only gonna
Mm.
like that crap, I mean, like I said to my son, like if they're beating me up, you got Plan B, pew pew. You know what I'm saying? But wait until I
Mm.
get beat up. Wait until pops get all the beating, and you with the family. Even as a family, we have a family plan escape. We think as a martial artist.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But we live happy.
Beautiful.
We
Yes.
don't.
Yes.
I'm not
It's good.
from chaos, violence, and whatever. It's just I'm not gonna repeat
Mm-hmm.
it. It's up to, and I receive your offer of violence, chaos, drama. If I don't want it, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say pause.
Absolutely.
And if you get into my personal little
Absolutely.
bubble that I've created for myself, then please sign a
Mm-hmm.
liability waiver for, because this is a two-way street. I'm not confident enough that I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna got a handful of scars and a head
Yes.
full of concussions that proves otherwise.
Hmm.
But do I have something to
Absolutely.
prove? No, I have something to share.
Mm,
Mental health, martial arts. Physical health, martial arts. Self-esteem, martial arts. Adult bullying, martial arts. Children bullying,
hmm
martial arts. The
hmm
psychology told you the psychologist, you need to get into something moving. Your cardiologist said you need something for your heart. Martial arts.
mm,
There's 180
absolutely.
plus styles to choose from. Pick one. Down, vertical, up, down, English, Spanish, Philippines. You want to learn Japanese? Pick Japanese. You want to be Korean? So pissed off all the time. Go Korean. You want to go Okinawan. Whatever. There's 180 freaking styles to pick. Pick one. You don't like it?
Hmm.
Other one. Who tells you have to
Right.
stay with it in the world of technology? You We got the even I don't care what you say me. I'm over here right here like this. Fact check,
Yes. Yes.
fun fact checking. We got the
Yes.
technology. We don't have to sound, like by emotions feelings. We talk about
Yes.
emotions and feelings. Ah, man, technology fact. Is it working? Is it not working? What needs to be changed? What needs to be taken into consideration? What needs to be included? Right now in technology, the whole debate. You cannot teach online. Produce
Right.
doctors and whole trades online, but you cannot produce martial arts online? No. Does rank really goes up to par? I don't know. I mean, no. Knowledge. Knowing the history of your students knowing the history of your martial arts. There's so many improvements that could be made for the trade or the art, to call it some kind of way, that we concentrate in trying to impress men, trying to impress other men. Look what I can do. Look what
Yes.
I can do. Ha! Back is better than yours. My belt is better than yours. Then look at my certificate.
Hmm.
Example. Why should I follow you? What reason are you giving
Yes.
me to train
Right.
health,
Right.
longevity, or I'm just gonna go and prepare my age of 53?
Right. Right. So first of all, I interviewed somebody else and he said that one of the things, no, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. He said that one of the things that martial arts teaches you how to fight is aging. And I thought that's a good one. So let's see. I want to ask, okay, the tough question that I have been asking. And it starts with the tough question starts with an omission. As a lifelong practitioner of martial arts, I recognize that I'm equal parts sadistic and masochistic, and I am probably in the minority. The average student that comes through the dojo doors and tries to learn is not that. So the question is, how do we teach nonviolent people the ability to speak the language of violence when it's necessary? Because I think us as martial artists, we focus too much on the violence part and not enough on the necessary part.
Love it. Love it. There's conversation that we were having about bullying. The difference
Hmm.
between sports and personal defense. I made a video
Yes,
about sports and personal.
I saw.
My students asking, what is the difference between karate, sports karate, and personal defense? And you know what the answer is? Rules.
Mm,
Rules.
yes,
So
yes.
that's the first definition that we got to educate. Education. You know,
Mm,
first definition of personal defense. Stop having the self-esteem to
yes.
matter if you're an adult or a child. Some people don't know,
Hmm.
and that's the first. Hey, yo, stop! I didn't like that. Yo, can you stop? Hey, I don't like it. I think we would. The idea that I take off my glasses, take off my watch. I think it wasn't clear. I didn't like that. That takes self-esteem. Verbal.
Mm-hmm.
Teach that because everybody got a cookie cutter curriculum. Nobody has time to assess their students, to talk to the parents, to 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 tailor to the
Yes.
need, not the teaching to
Yes.
the students. Everybody learns in a
Yes.
different way, and that's how we started this conversation from the. We haven't, we haven't, we still in the school programs. Visual. Some kids don't learn how to
Yes.
read at school. They don't teach them, but they can
Mm-hmm.
visualize. They can follow. They can. So us as educators, as educators that I consider myself to, we're teaching the martial
Yes.
arts. We should be more
Mm-hmm.
focused on the message out there. Why do we do this? The benefits of why we do this. Because everybody, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, is always focused on violence and chaos and this and that. Yes, I teach that. I do
Mm.
obstacle course. If you see my videos, you can see them doing obstacle course and jumping over stuff and all that. You know what that is? Running away from masses, going around the bags and kicking the bags
Right.
around and going jumping and
Right.
teaching for a real life scenario while having fun. They're having fun. They're
Right.
pushing each other. I don't push each other against the bag. And then I explain to the parents, you see that part
Mm-hmm.
over there? Where I got those 7 bags and they're pushing each other and not letting them. Imagine that was a hallway and they need to escape a
Mm-hmm.
violent scenario. Imagine
Yes.
obstacles. That's why they do front rows, back rows. If they
Mm-hmm.
do back rows with a hand, they got to land in the glutes. Why? Because I don't want the elbows. And there's a reasoning why. Not just
Mm-hmm.
their curriculum. Learn the kata. We're gonna learn the kata. Okay, all right. You want to sound interesting? Bro. Let's bring it to current era. Let's to
Mm-hmm.
today's. Let's modernize.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
you quote me. You're a Kempo guy.
Yes.
We needed to evolutionize arts and all this
Yes.
other thing, and we
Yes.
come to you with a hand. Oh, karate, only my and you know what I'm saying? So why are we
Yes.
practicing this? Why are we going against the word of the ancestors? The ancestors said we have to stay like this. We're not using bow and arrow no more. Now we use fighting knives. Now we got throwing knives. We got balancing. One of my weapons or my tools of engagement that I love is the crook, the cane. That's my thing. That's
Mm.
what I love. Why? Because I can carry it anywhere. It's a medical device. You've been with my crook to court. I've been to my with my crook in an airplane. If anybody has an advantage somewhere, who's gonna be the with a fucking cane? Oh, sorry about that. No, you're gonna have to.
No,
I,
you're good.
I tried. I tried as long as I could. I tried as long as I could. But you see, it's one of those about
Yeah.
how is the message delivered? What message do we want to
Yes.
deliver? You see, my mission is martial arts for health, the healing dojo. I want to
Yes.
breathing, the art of Gong, the energy, the art of being happy, of being knowing how to reject violence, chaos, and drama with a smile. Nobody
Yes.
wants to punch somebody in the face
Yes.
that's smiling. But as you get punched in the face
It's
while
true.
smiling, better
It's
don't get
true.
punched. Scenario.
Mm-hmm. Or how about the best case scenario? How about a class on the ability to yeah, yeah, the ability to move, the ability to keep moving. How about a class on if I keep my body moving, I don't age in a way that I fall and I hurt a bone. That's something that more people will fight than somebody
Well,
on the street. more people will fight aging than they will fight on the street.
Well, I know as Tai Chi practitioner, since I know you want to get technical with the whole, I see where you guiding the conversation, and Chi. I just talked
Yes.
about Chi today. The
Yes.
misinformation of what Chi is. Longevity,
Mm-hmm.
you and I know that longevity, wellness, and health come from the movement of Chi in the body. What is the movement of Chi in the body? Your
Mm-hmm.
blood flow. How do we create more blood flow? By breathing,
Yes.
small movements, high impact for the body. So we already know this. If you use whatever style, Yang style, Sun style, Wu style, you, which they're all great, you
Mm-hmm.
have to have the passion and the
Yes.
purpose of your practice. That's where the chi comes
Yes.
in. That's where people, that's why some
Mm-hmm.
of us, look a little bit more healthier but for our age
Mm.
because we know the priorities of we know the priorities. Yeah, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you see what I'm saying? 53. And still, and I still don't have a pill. Oh, wait a minute, information. You know what I'm saying? But healthy. You know what I'm saying? Minimum amount of pills. Minimum amount of pills. Minimum amount of chemicals in your body. Using health,
Yes.
wellness, movement, movement.
Mm-hmm.
And, your tonic tinctures. You know, to heal.
Mm-hmm.
That is martial arts. Knowing
Yes.
who disturbs your energy, where you don't want to be.
Yes.
Martial, stuff that we want to teach.
Absolutely.
If it tickles in the wrong way in your stomach, or it tickles in the right way, you know that you don't. You want to be there a little bit longer. You don't want to be decision to have. Hey, you know what?
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm leaving. I don't want to participate in this
Absolutely.
conversation. And the same goes for social media. The same people are afraid or not confident to show the art or the benefits. Why so much
Yes.
people are afraid to share confident enough
Mm.
about the art, or they don't have the results to show
Mm.
arts are supposed to be a healthy, lethal,
Absolutely.
happy, capable martial artist. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, you are the image of what you speak.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a
100%.
as a
100%.
as a martial artist, you
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about things that you would like to give. So I start this part of the conversation by asking what you think the average martial arts practitioner neglects in their own practice. I think we've already touched on that because for me, it is their health, whether that be nutrition or exercise or just movement. And it seems to be the same answer for you. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So answer that. But then also, if you could give anything, any one thing that you could give to every martial artist in the world, what would it be?
the benefits of
Yes.
the health benefits, the well-being benefits is something and also don't concentrate in just children. There's a whole demographic,
Yes.
55 plus, that needs the arts, that will like to be the arts and are willing to spend. I mean, they have it. I don't have to charge for the class because their donations are sufficient. Then, okay, if I start charging, I'll probably mess up this little gig for me. And by giving it,
Make less.
by giving, by giving to the community, by not
Mm-hmm.
all capitalizing all the time and thinking about
Mm-hmm.
capitalizing. I've had plenty of experience
Mm-hmm.
because, like I mentioned before, I have a back. I've worked with martial arts schools, and their marketing was not, and we signed and the Non-Disclosure Act and the Non-Compete Act. Some of them, I never signed that one. That's part of my agreement. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like you, I'll buy you out. Anyways, and I'm not going to talk about that. But anyways, we what we do is we kind of bring out positive aspects of teaching.
Yes.
It applies for church, Cosmo, yoga studios, all types of businesses where
Yes.
your image and your perspective is out there. Your image is first
Yes.
selling asset.
Mm-hmm.
How you look, how you yourself, the knowledge that you have, the sympathy that you have, your sense of humor. Nobody wants to portray with
Yes.
somebody that is bow to you, outside, bow to you, outside, bow to you, outside. Nobody likes that crap.
Right.
People more human
Yes.
approach. And more people want
Yes.
more approachable and more let's talk about it. This is what I'm looking for. I want to provide that for you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get healthier? I got that for you. You want to get promoted? I got a training system for you. You want to get strong? I got that for you too. Not just a cookie cut system on everything to mount to your side. It's like, what can you offer? We forget. Very important, and forget in this, make an emphasis on this. Please read this part from right now from
Mm-hmm.
martial artists are supposed to be servants. Serve
Yes.
people. We are here to
Yes. 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 Absolutely. Golden. Golden. I think that there are far too many people that are not leading by example. And I think that you touched on something that is very interesting to me because martial arts, if we chase it back, the origins, we start in monasteries, and the monks would travel the villages and would help the villagers paint their fences and fix their porches and clean up. And they did these services in exchange for, the people would give them food, and the people would listen to their teachings and would try and follow their lead. And that is, you talk about somebody that is a traditional martial artist and they stand on their rank with their gut hanging out and they boss commands and bark orders, and the whole time they're not right, they're not taking anything into account in a way that right, they're not taking anything into account of go give back to the community, go enrich the children at the school that are not a part of your dojo. Go, if you're a religious person, be active in the church and show that you are. If you aren't a religious person, just be active in the community and show that you are. Very important. Very, very, very important. What advice? I this is a question that I tried to ask early on in my interviews, but I didn't get to.
martial art.
Yes, it's a shame because it's part of this capitalist society that we're a part of. Unfortunate. So there's a question that I try and ask early on in the interviews, and I didn't get to because we just got into it. We were having such a good conversation.
Hey,
But
remember,
go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. Since the 60s. Okay. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So the question that I try and ask early on is, if there's somebody that is watching this that isn't a martial artist, like this podcast is by and large for martial artists, and it's so that we can share ideas. But let's say that this pops up into somebody's feed because they've been searching martial arts, they've been thinking about it, but they haven't made that commitment or that jump. Maybe they're afraid, maybe they're in some way, shape, or form, they're still on the fence. What advice would you give to that person who's thinking about it but hasn't done it yet?
first, do your research. Don't attach to contract or
Mhm.
any kind of legal bound first shot.
Yes.
Always take your free classes. Make sure that your passion and your is there. Like, hey, I want to come
Mhm.
here because of this reason, and this reason. Make sure that your passion and your purpose is there. Make sure that they have availability, not a strict schedule, because martial arts
Yes.
available. You know, a lot of these dojos have a very strict. You can only, one of those that has flexibility and that is body enjoyable for you. Don't go with
Yes.
a person that haven't trained in 20 years goes to a hardcore martial arts, and then you weeks.
Mhm.
Go gradually, cross train. Go
Mhm.
according to your body mechanics. Start with something soft first. Tai Chi, Qigong,
Mhm.
Wing Chun, something soft and nice, circular motion to lubricate the joints, to start getting into health.
Mhm.
Martial art is shouldn't be just health shouldn't be just physical. It has to be spiritual, mental, and physical.
Yes.
All three. Have the purpose, the
Yes.
plan, put it into execution, and have martial arts adapt to your passion and purpose, to your
Yes.
intention, your believing, to your conformity, that you feel happy to go
Mhm.
and train, not a burden to.
Yes. Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, the biggest thing that I want people to take away from this conversation that you and I are having is permission. Because one of the things that happens, I don't know if you know this or not, but the online community is not very nice. And so there's a plenty of naysayers online are going to be like, this is not good, this is not good. And what I want people to take away most is, if it helps you, it helps your spirit, if it helps your mental well-being, if it helps your physicality, it's worth it. It doesn't matter. Like, if somebody looks at a technique that you have and says that would never work because it's not what I do, or that's not how we do it in the school, that doesn't mean that it won't work. If you're getting health benefit, if you're getting spiritual benefit, if you're healing yourself from the traumas you carry, that's all that matters. That's the important part. The naysayers, if you're starting martial arts, you should stay off Reddit for sure. But the martial arts will give to you what you give to it. So if you commit and you give it the effort, if you give it the energy, if you give it the time and dedication, it will give back to you what you need. And that's the most important thing to take away from this conversation. So, uh, sir, do you want to tell? Go ahead. Absolutely. 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 Would you like to tell the people that are listening to this or watching this where they can find you if you want to be found?
Hey, I work as the Shotokan instructor in City Sports Karate. We have a pretty good sports karate program there, and we only keep it
Mm-hmm.
to karate, but we also do basketball and other stuff. And I also seminars for traveling. My schedule is pretty flexible. I live in a travel trailer, so pretty much I just pack up my house, go from one place to another. I'm like those
Yes.
traveling monks that are going on foot and across the country for. I'm trying to do the same thing, but with a
Yes.
travel trailer and martial arts.
Love it. Love it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Future, utilizing martial.
Yes. Love it. I want to thank you for taking the time to have this interview with me. I know time's a precious commodity and it is hard to come by. It's fleeting, and I am grateful for the time that you have given me. I also thank all of my guests, because whether you like it or not, you are now a part of my martial arts journey. You're a part of my journey by having this conversation. I want to thank everybody that listened to this podcast. And as always, everybody, keep kicking.